Brazil. Please.
Thank you. So I would like to first to thank the organizers for the opportunity to be here today and to be back in China after 3 years. It's nice to see the country again, to enjoy the Chinese hospitality, especially the Chinese food. Xie xie. Yeah, I'm going to give you a materials perspective about the use of niobium. Unfortunately, let me see if I can go back here a little bit. Yes, it's a materials perspective how niobium is changing the next generation of anode, cathode, and of course solid state battery materials. If you're not familiar with niobium, I'm going to give you a background about the metal. Niobium is no rare or nor a critical element. If you look at niobium abundance on the Earth's crust, niobium is similar as most of the materials that has industrial relevance. When it comes to battery materials, niobium is so common as lithium and also cobalt on Earth's crust. So if you are concerned about the security supply of niobium, you don't need to be concerned. One of the reasons is because the company that has the leadership in terms of production and technology applications of niobium is CBMM, based in Brazil, who have more than 60 years history of niobium production, but also we have the leadership in terms of investment of niobium technologies and applications. So this is a view of our mine in Brazil. Is the most competitive and advantage mine operations in the world. Is a open pit mine, very easy to operate. There is no rocks, no need of explosion. And this is our industrial facility where we process the ore all the way to final products. This is just an example of our products. CBMM has the most comprehensive portfolio of niobium products. We have niobium alloys, which is highly used in the steel industry, but also we will have different grades of niobium oxide that's used in different applications, including for battery materials. This is just a snapshot of what we think in terms of where niobium goes these days. And niobium is pretty much used in the steel industry to really change the mechanical properties of steels. There is a huge impact in the automotive industry, oil and gas pipelines. 100% of the oil and gas pipelines in the world contains niobium in the structure. Stainless steel, structure steel, and also aircraft and aerospace industry, and the so-called super alloys. Niobium is necessary to really guarantee the performance and the safety. Let's talk a little bit about what niobium is doing as an energy storage material. Niobium pentoxide, which is the most common and the most abundant and stable oxide, niobium form, has an electrochemical behavior, is able to intercalate lithium around 1 to 2.2, 2.5 voltage. And the way that niobium pentoxide behaves is store lithium ions as a capacitor. That's the reason niobium is considered a pseudo-capacitive type of material. Not only store lithium like a capacitor, but the capacity storage rate of kinetics is very, very fast. And the reason for that is because if you look at this crystallographic insides of niobium pentoxide, there is a specific phase of niobium autonomic phase, that the way that the structure of the material is built by the different building blocks of the crystal structure of niobium pentoxide, it not only allows a distorted structure, but it creates large and very open channels, and this allows lithium ion to diffuse in and out from the structure very, very fast. So niobium pentoxide is a class of material that's being allowed to make fast charging, high power type of batteries. One of the limitations of niobium pentoxide, of course, even being very good in terms of rate capability, high rate conditions and cycle stability, but the capacity is still considered a little bit small, around 200 milliamp hours per gram. That's the reason Yeah, what is coming to the market is what we call metal niobates, is a modification of niobium oxide for high power and fast charging applications. Yeah, that's a summary in this table. I will try to show you that what, in terms of composition, performance, and developers are doing around the world in trying to bring to the market commercial metal niobate as anode materials capable of making high power and fast charging type of batteries. Yeah, you see in this table that at least 5 types of different compositions of different performances in the world. Yeah, Toshiba in Japan is leading the way with NTO, the titanium niobate. Yeah, have 2 startup companies, yeah, Niobolt and Hekion Technologies, they are based in UK, and also a startup company in the United States called Battery Straight is bringing also some modifications of niobium oxide and nanostructuring, and also a combination of niobium titanium oxide with graphene. All these compositions and different materials being developed by those companies is very close to commercialization. I will give you what would be the value proposition, I think, from the niobium titanium oxide, which is a partnership between Toshiba and CBML. The niobium titanium oxide, it's a new class of, I would say, fast charging, high energy density type of materials. Yeah, when you compare NTO niobium titanium oxide with the typical graphite, yeah, it has the same specific capacity, but the volumetric capacity of NTO is more than double than graphite. It's much better than LTO. LTO, I think most of you know that is the only available fast charging type of materials in the market. NTO has 80% more energy density than LTO. So with the development of NTO, we believe that we are going to have much more opportunity in the market in the high power and fast charging type of opportunities in the market right now. When you compare to graphite, niobium titanium oxide, all the metal niobates there are inherently much safer because the operation voltage is a little bit better than carbon. It's higher than the carbon. There is no little plate dendrite formation. Those materials are much safer. Of course, the operation potential give us a penalty in terms of energy density, but they're going to show some pairing with some very high voltage type of cathode materials that are trying to compensate the loss of energy density because of the operational voltage is a little bit higher. This is a typical electrochemical performance of the niobium titanium oxide. As a full cell performance with NCM type of material. The material is pretty good in terms of rate capability. It's able to continuous fast charging and deliver rate up to 10C or even a little bit higher than that without having any degradation or compromise in the lifetime of the material. You're going to see the very, very able to fast charge and 10C less than 6 minutes with a very open state of charge. The material is able to do it. Very good in terms of temperature operation, able to keep a very good charging performance even at minus 30 degrees centigrade. And one of the greatest advantages of this material is the input power. The input power of niobium titanium oxide gives this material the performance that's necessary for a truly fast charging type of anode material. The other example that I would like to give you as anode material is what Hekion. This Hekion is UK-based startup company that CBMM has led the Series A investment in order to bring the market this XNO type technology. What XNO is doing is trying to operate in situations in the spot where graphite cannot deliver high rates and LTO cannot deliver energy density. Where you need high rate or more power with considerable energy density compared to graphite, XNO is the one that we are bringing to the market. So you're going to see that there is already at least 2 demonstrations in terms of cell performance. I would like to highlight here for 400 watt per liter, and also in terms of energy density, 80% more than the typical LTO, it's a very nice also performance in extreme in terms of temperature. So this is one cell design. The XNO is also coming. We hope that next year we're going to see the initial of this commercialization of this material. It's a full cell XNO combined of high voltage LNMO. One of the reasons for this combination is to increase the cell voltage level in order to really boost the energy density of this material. If you look at this is one of the examples of testing with more than 1,000 cycles. The capacity utilization is very impressive. In the forecast for the performance of this material is more than 8,000 cycles. Yesterday you have heard one presentation they are talking about extreme life, 15 years battery to use, but there is a lot of things that people need to reduce voltage, whatever it's necessary to keep a long life, compromising the power. But this is a very typical example that you can see that is possible to do with this type of new anode chemistry. This is anode. Let's change for cathode active material. Niobium in the anode side is an electrochemical active type of material, but when it comes to cathode active material, niobium has no activity, and most of use of niobium for high capacity cathode active material is related to doping and coating in order to improve the performance of those materials. This is the example that I would like to give you is a high capacity nickel layer oxides. What will be the structural safety and cycling stability challenges? This type of behavior for people that are developing high nickel layer oxide was previously this morning reviewed by Professor Yan Shanbing from East Spring. What's happened is because when you work with high nickel or develop a high nickel type, there is a lot of problems in terms of challenges that you need to solve. There is a huge structural degradation of the material. Thermal instability. There's a lot of concerns about safety and also the poor cycling instability of the material. The more nickel you put, you increase the energy density, but you reduce. You reduce the cycle performance and the material becomes unstable and unsafe. This is a typical mechanism degradation of the high capacity nickel layer oxides. This material is almost cycles of charge and discharge. The secondary particles that is typical of these cathode materials start to undergo some type of formation of microcracks. Those microcracks expose the internal microstructure of the material and allows electrolyte penetration, and this electrolyte start to degrade and the material start to lose performance. What niobium is doing, we are using niobium to stabilize the structure, both of polycrystalline and single crystal type of high nickel cathode materials. With the niobium doping or coating, we are improving the electrochemical performance, energy density, rate capability, cycling stability, and of course the thermal properties, bringing to these materials superior safety. This is just one of our working collaboration in Korea, and then we are doping niobium for high nickel NCA 85%. If you look at, there is a morphology and grain refinery of NCAs, and the microstructure of the material is become much more dense, much more stronger in terms of stability. Niobium changes the grain size, and reduce the particle size, and the microstructure also refines to the point this material has a very impressive performance. Also, niobium this is the performance, electrochemical performance of those materials in terms of stability. If you look at the material that doesn't contain the pristine NCA 85%, it's completely destroyed after 1,000 cycles. And niobium in different types of techniques just keep the capacity level very strong, of more than 90% in terms of reduction capacity. Yeah, one thing that I would like to highlight here, what we are doing in China, we are being partnered with Sunshine Lake Materials in order to provide the high-ternary nickel. So we are working with the developing of high nickel niobium modified NCM with Sunshine Lake here in China. Yeah, this is a typical material that we are doing there. It's been a very good partner because we're able not only to study and do research, but also capable of making at large scale and offer samples and making cells for the Chinese industry. So, just to finalize my talk, and just briefly about for solid state battery. Yeah, just two examples. Lithium niobate is a premier interface engineering material. I'm sorry. Yeah, just with that, I finish my presentation with the conclusions.
Thank you. Discussion.
There's a question there.
Thanks for your presentation, very interesting. So what I'm curious is, did you try to utilize niobium deposition on the cathode material to improve the performance of battery?
Yeah, this is what I tried to show here. For the new generation of high nickel, we are modifying with niobium already. But we have, unfortunately, I couldn't show here, but we are already commercializing niobium here in China at large scale for the modification of LMO cathode materials to improve the performance of lithium manganese oxides in China. It's already a commercial thing. We are looking at the new generation of LFP, I would say lithium manganese iron phosphate as well, which we have evidence that people in China is already using because the commercialization of niobium is really happening. So it's not only what we show here, but there is a lot of not only interest, but already a commercial utilization of niobium to modify cathode materials.
Thank you.
Questions? Okay. Thank you again. 在这里再次感谢下午前半节分场的各位嘉宾的贡献啊，感谢他给我们的参与。